You know, one of the first lawmakers that we actually heard from online, the attack was Congresswoman Jackie Speier. She's joining us on the phone right now. Congresswoman Speier, talk to me about when you first heard about this attack. What went through your mind?
Well, Marcus, what went through my mind was, are we about to witness another January 6th kind of an experience? Was this provoked by political action, or was it a robbery? And then soon thereafter, I was made aware that the hammer was being used, and frankly, it just sends shivers up and down my spine. And then to hear that the words he was mouthing were, "Where's Nancy?" takes us right back to January 6th, when so many of those vigilante intruders at the Capitol were rummaging through the Speaker's office, calling out, "Where's Nancy?" This is a level of vitriol and violence in our country that we cannot continue to allow to go on. And yet many of those persons back on January 6th are being heralded by the former president and others as heroes. Meanwhile, the Speaker's husband now is in a hospital. He could have suffered a subdural hematoma. We don't know. He's gone through one surgery. I'm told that he's got to go back into surgery for his arm. This was a viciousness that is unspeakable.
Congresswoman Speier, this is Ginger here. We spoke to Larry Gersten earlier this morning, who said that this will inevitably have some sort of impact on the campaigning that that the House Speaker is doing right now. We're in the stretch until the elections. What's your take on this? How will this impact, the House Speaker, as well as the last few days, kind of leading up to the midterms?
You know, Ginger, I appreciate the question, but to somehow, spin this in a political vein right now is not what the Speaker is concerned about. She's just concerned about the well-being of her husband. I'm sure she's making her way back home with her family members, and she'll be at her husband's bedside. Our priorities must be, first and foremost, our families. How it impacts the elections is anyone's guess, but I'm sure that's not what she's thinking about right now.
And Congresswoman Speier, I want to talk about that because I know the House Speaker, is not just a colleague of yours, she's a friend. I know you're a friend with the couple, both, she and Mr. Pelosi. Have you heard about how she's doing? Maybe, I can imagine they've been married almost 50 years now. Can you talk to us about that, or anything that you may have heard?
I haven't heard anything. I left her a voice message and a text message, but she is all about family. She legislates around family. That's, what her focus is. It's children, children, children. And I'm sure she's very distraught right now. And we do this work because we want to, pay it forward to future generations. And I'm sure she's thinking, how can this be happening? But you have to recognize in the last 5 to 6 years, the Capitol Police has received so many more threats against members of Congress because it has been made acceptable. Mm-hmm. We have got to turn this around. The community has to speak up regardless of what your party affiliation say. This is untenable. We cannot allow this to continue to happen.
And I would imagine that, after hearing this, many people in Congress were probably thinking about the safety of themselves as well as their family members. Did you think about that and maybe call some of your family members?
Well, I was, when I first heard of it, I was home with my husband. And I'm sure I haven't talked to him about it because I had to leave to go to the office, but I'm sure he's probably saying, "Thank God you're retiring this year." I'm sure that's what he's thinking, because it's politics has become a blood sport, and our founding fathers never anticipated that we would see this kind of viciousness. But it's got to stop, and it's got to stop with each and every one of us.
And because we've seen an increase in violence, do you think more security should be provided for members of Congress?
Well, I do believe I certainly have security when I do when I do town halls. I had one last night, but I think the speaker, she's third in line in succession. We have provided 24-hour protection to the Supreme Court justices and their families, and I think it's pretty clear we need to do that for the third in succession, that being the Speaker of the House as well.
Congresswoman, just another question for you. I know we spoke about how you are friends, longtime friends with the Pelosi's. Have they, or in past conversations, ever spoken about a heightened concern over the security, the way that things have, the way that maybe the political climate has changed recently?
I haven't had a specific conversation with the speaker about that. We've had conversations within our caucus about, the many threats that other members have experienced, and she, of course, has experienced that in larger numbers than others. They just recently allowed for members to pay for heightened security around their homes through their official accounts. Historically, it's been only through your campaign account or your personal resources. But it's clearly a much more violent environment, and it has been sanctioned by Donald Trump. Let's be very clear about it. It starts with him, and it's got to end with him. We've got to have people speak out against it.